Hey, this is Red Band coming to you live from the Road Famous Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony Volume 4. Give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
It's me, everybody. Holy shit. Hi, guys. Welcome. You guys ready for a crazy Monday night or what? Come on, live audience. You could do better than that. Let them know, the hundreds and hundreds on Ustream right now, that this is a real fucking live show with a real live audience. Anything can happen. I am super pumped. I had so much fun this week in San Francisco and Sacramento, and now I'm going to Australia and other fun places. Hi, Brian Redband. Brian Redband's here, everybody.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Before I plug my dates, Brian Redband.
We got the LA Podfest this week.
Yeah, this Friday at 11.
Yep, and we are going to pick out a couple people from tonight to go join us there.
Oh shit, the cat's out of the bag on that one. We have to build a little cast for Friday night because obviously we just can't have 50 comics lined up on the sidewalk there. So it's going to be a casted Kill Tony.
Yes.
We already have Nicole Buchanan and did we get
Nolan?
Steve Lee here tonight? Steve Lee from last week, the guy with the weird hands. That'd be
beautiful
great.
hands.
Somebody
beautiful.
wants to tweet at Steve Lee, tell him that he's invited to the podcast festival. I didn't get a chance to do that.
Yeah.
Welcome everybody. That's right. Boston, October 8th. Buffalo after that. Sydney, Brisbane, and Melbourne, Australia to close out October 18th to the 30th. That's where I'm going to be. So if you're listening to this podcast, the #1 live podcast in the world, that is. All right. It's a real quiet Monday so far. What happened? Did Rogan and Watkins not get the job done out here? Feels a little cold out here, am I right? You know what? All right. Thank you. Ryan J. Ebelt is here, ladies and gentlemen, the house artist. Hey, check it out. A car hit him last week. And so go buy some goddamn prints off of his website, all the Kill Tony prints at ryanjebelt.com.
A car hit you?
No, a car hit his car.
Oh.
And I was going to say an Asian ran into him. I was going to really nail it on the head because that's actually what happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So stupid. Stereotypical, all right. Okay. And we got Jamie Vernon on the HD camera. You guys ready to, what do you say I bring back up the band? Everybody loves the band. I love them. You love them. We all love them. You already got a taste of them tonight. I'm going to bring them up right now. It's the great Rogan and Watkins and Joel Jimenez.
Welcome back to the Emmys. We're about to present the award for Best Band on a Live Podcast. Can I get some applause? And the winner is Rogan and Watkins.
We'd like to thank Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Redband for having us. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Wow. There they are, always with a different topical intro. Little Emmy, little homage to the Emmys there. And closest thing I guess they could get was a golden turkey. A spray-painted gold turkey.
It's a golden cock, Tony.
Oh, that makes sense. Fuck yeah. Put your hands together for the band, ladies and gentlemen. They're here. We're ready to rock. How you guys feeling? Good? Excited?
Feeling great.
Me too. Let's just get into it, shall we? You guys ready for tonight's guests, huh? Woo! Anybody like guests? I like guests. I like it when a show has good guests. This show always has good guests. This week's no different. Put your hands together for two of the greats. It's Joe Rogan and Russell Peters, everybody.
Whoa!
What? Holy shit! Holy shit!
Yeah!
Fuck yes! Oh, snap. You can hear the belly room crying. We're having so much fun down here. Rogan and Peters. Peters and Rogan. Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show.
We're so happy to be here.
Thank you, Antonio.
I'm excited about this. You guys see the band's cool intro? How you guys feel about the band?
Good stuff.
Outstanding.
Love it.
You hear that, guys?
I have a
We're endorsed
question.
by Joe Rogan now.
Before we go any further, was that Pete's weed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pete's a motherfucker.
Yeah, he is.
How about a round of applause for
Put your
Pete, the
hands
drug
together for
dealer,
Pete.
ladies and gentlemen?
He's the pot
Give
guy.
it up for Pete, the criminal. Give it up
He
for
grew
Pete,
it.
the Schedule 1 drug dealer
I feel like
that
there's
we
so
all
much I
talk
don't
about
know.
on the internet.
Why don't I know about this?
He grows the best pot in the world.
Ah.
It's effective.
It's debatable.
Well, whatever. Yeah, exactly. I mean, works 100% of the time.
That's why I hate when people start bringing up California weed. I'm like, listen, man, it's 2016. All weed's retarded.
Yeah.
Like, all of it. Bad weed doesn't survive anymore. It's just different.
And bad weed fucks you up too. That's the weird thing. Gives
Yeah.
you a different buzz.
like
if you
shitty
get-
tequila.
If you get, yeah, exactly.
Is that real though? Because I've always heard that that idea of like shitty wine, shitty beer, like the hangover's different. I've heard that's bullshit. I've heard hangover is nothing but dehydration.
I get the reflux from the shitty stuff.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's,
okay, that
that's all
makes
very
sense.
real because they make it with cheaper.
That's sugar
shit.
and stuff.
Yeah, like
too, right?
potatoes and shit or whatever.
Can I just say I love your iPhone cover? Look at this. What do you got going on here? He's got
Hold
a
that,
ring.
hold it. Yeah, you like that,
That's
right?
beautiful. I like it.
I'm gonna get you a ring, Joey.
I like it.
Did you drop your phone a lot regularly and then you
No,
realized?
just easier. Look, I could fucking watch fucking.
Ooh.
Just say porn. Just say porn. I can watch you TV and it's porn. It's a
Sports.
kickstand.
I can't jerk off a
Mostly
porn that
sports.
small, you know.
The news, of course.
Yes.
Want to be informed.
Notes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Contracts.
Important PDFs.
Let's get into this crazy shit. You guys have both done the show a few times. Comedians, you know how it works. A bunch of comedians signed up for the chance to do 60 seconds on this stage. Sometimes it's just a crazy person. Sometimes it's a big, amazing, young, rising comedian from around the world that's here for the first time. Sometimes it's some guy that's about to die. We've seen it all. We have seen it all. Comedians, you know how it works. When you reach your time limit of 60 seconds, you hear the sound of a kitty. That means wrap it up then and start the interview process, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. Ooh. There it is. Chasing a mouse. Very good. That's enough, Brian. You guys ready to start the fucking show or what?
Ready.
Let's do this. Wow, I like this. Very simple name. Looks like a new name. Give a warm welcome to Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne. Well,
One and done.
None and done.
Pete Dunne. Oh no, that's Josh.
put your hands together. Put your hands together for Shalik Jenkins.
Fuck. Unprepared as shit. Just moved there from New York City. It's nice. I like LA so far. Nice place to be. Your people are different. Saw this one white guy had a kale smoothie, walk on this black dude's shoes. Yeezys, they're $2,000. The black dude flipped out, and the white guy goes, "Calm down, brother. They're just sneakers," which is like the trifecta of shit you should never say to any nigga. First off, is calm down. Telling a nigga to calm down is like trying to tell a football college player to stop raping girls. Like, they're still gonna do it, and someone's still gonna get hurt in the end. Brother, I don't think any white person should say brother. Like, it's like fucking a blaxploitation film. It's like, calm the fuck down. And they're just sneakers. They're $2,000 sneakers. I feel like if you say calm down, brother, 3 times in the mirror in the dark at night, there's gonna be like a nigga named Daquan ready to fight you. That's what I
There
feel
you
like.
go. Shalik
All right,
Jenkins.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah. Wow. Man, we did like 30 minutes of sound check today for what? What was that about? What was that? How do you explain that?
It's,
This one?
you got some good feedback from that.
Yeah.
And so it begins, guys.
Shalik, you are in it. Grab the mic, man. We're going to talk to you for a bit. How's it going?
Going pretty good.
How old are you?
How old am I? 22.
Why did you repeat the question, Shalik?
That's what he would have to do if he was under 21.
Yeah. How old am I?
Because it's 21 and over. It's totally 22.
1 year over the drinking age.
Shalik, you going to school right now?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
You work?
Nah.
You don't work? You don't go to school?
Nah. I'm as you say, coasting. You know, just living off unemployment.
How long you been doing stand-up?
How long have I been doing stand-up? 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
How often you getting up?
3 times a night usually.
A night?
Yeah.
Where the
That's
fuck
pretty
you been
good.
going?
Well, I
This
just
is
moved
LA.
from.
There's no 3 times a night.
Well, I just moved from
unemployment office.
New York City. That's why. So I've been trying to do it here 2 times a night. You know,
How long have you been in LA?
a month now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You liking it?
I like it a lot. Yeah, nice weather, nice
What
people.
part of New York?
Brooklyn.
BK all day?
Yeah, straight up.
Are you West Indian?
No.
Okay.
You always gotta go racial.
I know, I do. I always want to know what people are. I mean, he's from Brooklyn. There's a solid chance he's Jamaican. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Is that where you got the cool shirt with the zipper on
Yeah,
the
with the
sides?
non-functional zipper. Check this shit out.
I mean, that is amazing.
Tony.
How do you know what mast to have that at? Like, how do you decide?
That's a good Thanksgiving dinner shirt.
It varies every day. It varies every day.
That is a good thing.
If I'm happy,
Time to let the sides up. Looks like
happy
I
as
did
up.
it again.
Tony,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what he looks like to me? He looks like Steve Urkel mid-transition to Stefan. Like, he's almost super cool, but, like, it's like the nerd is hanging on.
Shalik, tell us more about yourself. When you're not doing stand-up, what are, like, some hobbies or something that you're into?
I do like sketches and YouTube shit and shit like that. You know, writing, script writing.
Do those Instagram videos and shit?
Nah, fuck that.
Oh, yeah. Who needs that bullshit in their life?
Why do you say fuck that?
Cause like every kid my age is doing like Vine and shit and things like that.
Nobody's doing
know.
Vine anymore.
True, right?
Fucking Tarzan's not doing Vines.
No, he said
You didn't. No, you didn't, Russell. No. You just out Tony Hinchcliffe. Son of a bitch.
that means he said a great fucking joke.
Listen, folks, I am a cheeseburger and I'm surrounded by 2 puns.
Wait, you just did it!
Oh!
Wait, you spun it on me!
Oh! A reversal! It's like pro wrestling!
Tony's the bottom.
Wait a second, how did that happen? Makes perfect sense. Can I borrow your zip-up polo shirt for my fucking that I'm about to get? All right.
Hey, man, you're funny.
Thank
For
you,
real,
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. Wow, I appreciate
you
it. Thank you.
I could tell like you're a little uncomfortable, but,
Yeah.
but everybody
You
is.
seemed uncomfortable saying.
Yeah, the
Saying
N-word.
nigga?
Yeah. It seemed a
Yeah.
little...
Here's the thing.
I'm glad
I
you
say
brought
it
that up. You're
with
darker
my
than
friends,
me.
but I'm not going to say it to a bunch of people I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you
Don't do that, Brian.
do you feel like yourself when you're on stage, or do you feel like you have like a little thing up? In front of you?
I feel real comfortable up here. I'm used to it. I feel good.
Now you look like more comfortable.
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
your,
Like
your
this-
shoulders relax nice.
Yeah.
This is how you got to get the whole time.
Yeah,
If
instead
you can
of,
get like
like-
this the whole, you're a funny dude. You can tell.
Thank you.
But it's a weird thing to talk to people and they're staring at you and you have a
It is.
microphone. It takes a long time to get used to just the weirdness of it.
And then you got us fuckheads right behind you.
Word.
You know what I would do if I was you? I
What?
wanted to make it like tomorrow.
What?
I'd start telling everybody that I'm 7 years old. And then just go out, say all the stuff that you say,
I'ma
just
start
the way
doing
you
that.
say it. and
I'm gonna
it's
start
just-
doing it.
You're gonna be like a fucking superstar in no time.
Do you remember there was a girl that did that? There was a girl that did that in New York. She said,
Is this recent?
Little Esther?
No, it was but this was legitimate though. She was doing it, and it was in New York in the '90s, and then she got on the Arsenio Hall show as like the youngest comedian in the country. She was 15, and she was this really tiny girl. So you would buy it. And then the phone lines lit up. They're like, bitch, I went to high school with her. She's fucking 30. Like, she's 30, pretending to be 15. She was fucking crazy. She's like, my parents raised me in the East Village. She just put on an act. It was like right at that moment where the internet kind of came in. So, like, people couldn't just bullshit anymore. It was a very interesting realization.
He looks like what little JJ would have grown up to be.
What you should do is own it, though. If you're going to say
Yeah.
you're 14, no matter what anybody says, fuck you.
Yeah.
You don't know me, bitch.
Word.
Just
Right.
never let it go. Even if they know you're lying, just keep
Just
going
do what
with it.
Obama did with his birth certificate and just fucking like, you'll make a fake one later. It'll be perfect.
Word. Awesome.
All right.
All right,
Nice
cool.
to meet
Very
you,
funny,
dude.
dude.
Shalik Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Welcome back to Are You As Funny as a 7th Grader?
Hey, man, isn't that interesting? Because we were just talking about that backstage. Like, there's people there where you could say, like, all right, he's got a spark. Or she's got a spark. There's something there.
Oh, yeah.
And then all it is just like how much time you're going to put into it. How much you're going to get better at it. How much you're going to listen to your stuff and try to fix the problems. And
How honest can you be?
yeah. It's interesting when you see a guy like that. You're like, that's a funny guy. Just can he figure it out? You know?
And
Probably would have been better off in New York though, because you get way more stage time over there.
I don't think so, man. Go to Frank Castillo's Instagram. That dude gets up 3 times a night every night. He's doing comedy in bathrooms and people's porches and shit. They have shows everywhere. I'm not
They
even
do.
fucking kidding. They have them at
That is so
bars,
funny,
bowling
though.
alleys. They have outside ones. So just set up speakers, put fucking folding shitty white
In
wedding
New York,
chairs
right?
out there. No, people's yards in L.A.
Well, yeah.
Someone
I've
has
seen
one in their
that shit,
living
yeah.
room. There's a living room show in L.A.
I've heard that one. I've heard about
And
that one.
they get real comics to go to that
I
fucking
did a
thing.
taco stand a couple years ago.
What was her name?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm going to get hurt in between you two. I really do.
All right, I got your back, Joe.
It's just hurting.
I pulled another name out of the bucket.
Oh.
60 seconds going to Tommy McGuan.
All right, cool. I like to travel. That's the thing about me. Just got back from New York City recently. Anyone ever go to New York? Woo. Cool. All right. I had never been. It was my first time going. And I was like walking around Times Square and like jaywalking and like flipping off cars and stuff. And like I felt like a local. Like I felt like I belonged. But then I realized that no one from New York ever goes to Times Square. And then I did something else that no one from New York ever does. And that's make eye contact with a homeless person. And it was terrifying. The guy was like, "Hey, my man!" Ah! And I was like, "Please, no. Why did you do that?" I was scared. Because I'm sure you guys could tell by looking at me, but I'm not a strong fighter. More likely to be seen in a sweater than in a fight. Nobody's ever said the words like, "Hey, let's fuck this guy up. Quick, someone go get Tommy." It's usually like, "Hey, Tommy, we're going to fuck this guy up. Could you save our seats?" Like, I did jujitsu for 2 years, and in 2 years, I got promoted to yellow belt. All right, cool.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
And then what happened? What happened after you got the yellow belt?
Huh?
Then what happened after you got yellow belt?
I did like a tournament. And,
yellow belt?
Yeah, a yellow belt, yeah.
Was it a yellow belt tournament?
It was a weight range tournament. I was 12, and there was only one other person in my weight range.
And they were purple?
It was a girl, but yeah.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
About 2 years.
From New York?
No, I'm actually from Los Angeles, born and raised, but I was living up in Northern California for the past, 5 years, and I just moved back down.
You look like you were in a seminary.
Sorry.
You look like a priest, like an Irish priest who left the seminary and started doing stand-up.
Yeah, that was my day job. No, it wasn't. No.
Tommy, what do you...
You got you, Pat.
Tommy, you're 0 for 6 right now. Stick with me over here. What do you do for work?
I'm in sales for medical equipment service, so like MRIs and CT scanners.
You sell those?
Yeah, well, and service and everything.
The actual servers or the machines?
Both. So we sell the machines.
How much is a machine going for? An MRI?
Russ was thinking about getting his shit checked out at home on a
I
regular.
just got fucked up by a yellow belt. That's why. I
want to take some of that European tour money.
How much does an
crazy.
MRI machine cost?
Well, so we do third party, so we get
What, these are fucking second-hand ones?
Yeah. And
Dude,
so
let's go in on one.
Yeah.
A good refurbished MRI machine?
I've never gone in on an MRI machine with a fellow comedian. It'd be fun thing to co-own.
From isolation
we could do
tanks to
discount
MRIs.
MRIs.
Let's see what happens when we turn it on and throw metal in the room, because I think it goes towards the magnet.
Come
Yeah.
on, Tommy,
People
sell us
died,
on it.
right? Tommy, haven't people died from that because they
Yeah.
left metal in the room and
Yeah,
they turned the
it's
MRI
crazy.
on?
really?
Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
through you like a bullet. Some kid died because they left a fire extinguisher in the room and it pulled
Yeah.
it off the fucking wall. I
crazy.
might have made that up.
No, that's true. That's, yeah.
You sold the shit out of it, too.
I do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that. On occasion, I'll do that. But I always come clean.
How much
That's
is
true.
it for a secondhand used MRI machine?
Installed and everything.
If you had to sell us on it right now with your pitch, how would you sell us? If we
Uh,
were really about to buy an MRI machine.
So we can get you one from 10 years ago that's really great quality from that time.
It's only had about 7 corpses in it.
All fire extinguishers. No, but that's 500,000. We can get a brand new one from China for 300,000. So.
With a brand new one.
Yeah, but it's a newer model to the country. So it's just
Oh,
recently.
I like
came
your
to the
sneaky
US.
tactic. You come with the more expensive old
Yeah.
piece of shit.
You want
Yeah.
that,
And
or
they
do you
say,
want
listen,
this
bro,
new
I got a
one?
$300,000 one that's
Yeah.
even better, and you can
And
get it
it's-
right now. And you're like, well, that's a simple. See, you set this price, and then we had it in our head, the 5, then he went down to the 3 for the better model. You got excited.
Yeah.
He sets you up for
He just- he
disappointment.
literally- I just feel
Yeah.
like buying one now.
Yeah. He's a master salesman.
Classic
He sets you up with the
MRI.
500,000. You go, God, that's a lot of money. I mean, I don't even know if we could do it. I mean, the clinic's kind of hurting right now. And then he tells you it's 10 years old, and you start thinking, well, what the fuck? Why am I paying $500,000 to some piece of shit that's 10 years old?
Right.
And then he says, but they make them in China, and they're 300. And you're like, I don't give a fuck about American jobs. Let's do this, dude.
Joe,
Fuck
did
unions, man.
Joe, did
Fuck
you write The
unions.
Big Short?
They're fucking greedy.
Is there a name brand to the MRI machines? Is there
Yeah.
like a
That's
leading,
what you
like-
were thinking, right? That's the.
There's a Toshiba, and then there's fucking Dave's House of MRIs.
There are Toshibas, yeah.
Really?
But Hitachi's like top of the line.
Is that true?
So
Yeah.
the
Japanese.
Japanese are killing the game.
Yeah.
They
my
kill the
goodness.
game and everything.
Yeah.
When they get a hold of something, they fix it.
Yeah.
You know, like
should
what they
do
did
it.
to automobiles. I mean, there's automobiles were pieces of shit. And then the Japanese figured out a way to just not make them break.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, fuck, we got to do that too? Like, people don't remember. In the 80s, cars just broke all the time. You drive down the street, 99.99% of the time, your car doesn't break anymore. Thank Japanese people. Get a fucking American car. Get an American car from the 60s and try to get to work every day. Good luck, bitch.
So Tommy, you're basically going from doctor's office to doctor's office trying to sell MRI machines?
Yeah.
What do you ever walk in on anything crazy on the job, or is it pretty much as boring as it sounds? Like, you ever accidentally walk into an exam room or something crazy, anything at all with the doctor?
Like, ever
It's
see a
pretty
titty
boring.
by accident? Just
No, I wish.
What do you get?
Like
Like
I
a
said-
sex thing?
Like
No,
I
I'm
said,
trying to
Russell
find
watches
anything.
porn on his phone.
What do you get? Like a nurse thing? Like a nurse and a doctor? They slip away. They
Maybe.
do morphine together in a
I mean,
closet.
this guy's at doctor's offices
Yeah.
all the time, probably being forgotten about in some room. Like, oh, the guy trying to sell you MRI machines is in exam room 6. So.
If you had to guess, how many doctors do morphine and like Cialis at the same time?
Oh man, we
They
do
can get
third
whatever they
party,
want,
so
right?
probably like all of them. Like,
Fuck yeah.
yeah.
Everybody knows
That's
that third
supposedly the
party is
thing
the
with
best
doctors.
party. You go to the first party of the night, that's always fun. Then you go to the after party.
The thing about
then the
doctors
third
is
part.
they like to do drugs because they know they work.
Yeah.
somebody has to try them.
And they can get them. They have friends. If we were doctors, you tell me you wouldn't write me a prescription for some medical coke?
Whatever, I'd write for whatever you wanted, whatever anybody
Opiates,
needed.
we'd both
Like,
be fucked up all the time if we were doctors.
I
'Cause
have a
I'd be like,
doctor who will
Russell,
write
I've
me-
diagnosed you and you need heroin.
Just be friends with your doctor, and he'll write whatever you want.
Is that the move?
My doctor's my buddy, and he'll write whatever I need.
What do you need?
Nothing.
Like, what are you talking about? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? How deep do you go in the pharmaceutical drawer?
Not heavy duty, just this for my reflux.
Oh, yeah.
the old reflux.
Real
Yeah.
fucking gangster shit.
Real street cred from
He
that.
needs
Some-
Adderall for
some-
his reflex.
Some protonics.
The cool way to call it would be acid flashbacks.
Yeah, acid
Instead of
reflux
reflux.
flashback.
Brian, you've done Adderall, right?
Once.
That's just once?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Doesn't it just make you focus?
No, it also makes you have like coke effects. Like you feel like you're having like drips and shit. I tried to do it while going on stage also, and it just threw my timing off. It's awful.
Don't blame that.
Right.
Oh, ruthless. But it seems like it's super popular right now.
Yeah, but I think the other stuff that the nurses take is way better.
What's the nurse stuff?
Because that doesn't give
Dr.
you the
Dick.
Provigil.
Oh, Provigil.
Yeah.
Dr. Dick.
Oh, I've heard of
That's
that.
what Hillary Clinton's on.
Yeah, Provigil is
Yeah.
like the same thing as Adderall, but without the coke effects.
It's illegal in the Olympics.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, I've taken it all the time. I've taken it 5 times in the last 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a little prescription. When
Does it
you're
work?
sleepy, yeah, if you have to drive somewhere. What's interesting about it is it doesn't give you, it's not speed. Like your heart doesn't race, but it keeps you from getting tired. It's very interesting. They give it to fighter pilots. They give it to people with narcolepsy. They originally invented it as a performance-enhancing drug, but you can't sell anything as a performance-enhancing drug, so they had to have some sort of a disease that it was treating. So they said, narcolepsy?
I know.
Yeah, you don't fall asleep as well.
I know the stories of a couple people that started taking that, and their careers like skyrocketed.
Well, it gives you a lot of energy,
Yeah.
but I don't like to do it all the time. It gets me nervous because I like it.
Yeah.
You know, I
What's
do
it
it.
called?
I'm
What's it
like,
called
I'm getting
again?
so much shit done. I'm in focus. It's called Provigil, but I also feel like
What are the side effects, though?
there's no side effects.
There really aren't any.
Other
Doing
than
too
your dick
much?
grows.
I looked
which
it up.
is, just what happens with all of them.
I took something. They gave me something for fucking
Acid
for weight
reflux.
loss. No, for weight loss. And then it's supposed to make you focus and your brain work really well. But then my fucking prostate got enlarged.
Hey, like I said, it makes your dick grow.
No, it didn't. It
just
made
the
me-
wrong part.
I had to piss and then nothing happened.
But Tim Ferriss had a point about it. He actually decided not to put it in his book, The 4-Hour Body, because he was worried that with none of the negative side effects that he could cite, that it would be almost irresponsible. People would just start taking it like crazy.
Yeah.
It's apparently like all the tech guys, like Silicon guys, they just live off that shit. They're doing it all the time.
Yeah. And here we are with Pete's weed.
Pete's weed is
Which is the
motherfucker.
opposite. It's the
Yeah, this-
opposite of Provigil.
No, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I think they all work synergistically.
Tommy, tell us something else. What's the most interesting thing about you? You're like a master skydiver or something like that. What are you into?
I went skydiving once. That was fun. It was pretty cool. But I used to rock climb a lot, like outdoors. And
That's where the rocks are.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, he climbed the actual rock.
Mean man, Russell.
Tommy.
Hey, here goes rock climbing. Where would you do that?
Did you ever almost fall?
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
A lot. And you're
Yeah.
like, fuck it, let's keep trying.
Because sometimes you do it without the ropes. It's called bouldering. And so you go up like 25 feet, and there's just a little pad. It's called a crash pad. And the people you're with are supposed to make sure you land on it. And so that was always pretty like terrifying.
Whoa. How many times did you fall off of that and land on the pad?
I don't know, a handful of times. It was
You
enough.
can't remember.
Yeah. Hit my head a couple times. No.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Do
Tommy.
you still rock climb?
Not as much, no, because I felt too much. It started hurting a lot.
That's what
So.
happens.
What's the
Yeah.
tallest peak you ever climbed?
Well, with ropes, I did 100 feet outdoors.
Ooh.
That was. It wasn't a super challenging climb or anything, but it was up in Mammoth.
You ever
And
do
so-
anything dangerous or scary? Like you ever commit a crime, get arrested?
No, I haven't. No, I peed in a trash can once, but that was about it. Yeah.
All right, dude. Nice talking to you.
I peed in a trash can once.
Give up,
That's about
motherfucker.
it.
We tried to make you
rush.
interesting. Tried to make you a con man, a daredevil. You're a trash can
I
peer, sir.
peed in a trash can once. Most
God damn it.
exciting highlight of your life.
I think selling us the cheaper MRI machine is the more daring thing.
Yeah, that was a good move. The MRI thing was clutch. I like how you did that.
Well, Tommy, it was nice to meet you.
Cool.
We're going to
Thanks,
keep moving
guys.
on. Tommy McGuan, everybody. He's on Twitter at Tommy McGuan. How about that? Shalik Talks TV was Shalik Jenkins on Twitter. Fun. Tommy McGuan's first time on the show. All right, I pulled another name out. Joey Cruz.
Ruby, Soho.
Wow.
Are people just scared because Rogan's up here? And
I didn't do anything. I'm the nice one.
you're probably intimidating though for
I'm the
some of
nice
these.
one.
How
This
about,
Russell Peters is mean.
how about Josh Gibson?
Little snapping me.
Good evening, everybody. I do not own a gun. I would never own a firearm, you guys. I am not allowed to. Any other felons in the room tonight? Felons? Raise your hands in the fun way. Was filling out tourist papers to go to Australia. Turns out if you have a felony, they don't just let you walk into Australia. Fucking hypocrites. These glasses are pretty new. The optometrist says that I am nearsighted, which means I have trouble seeing things that are far away. You know, like everyone does. Who are these assholes that can look infinitely into the distance? Beard's pretty new. I like having the beard and the glasses. Before I had the facial accessories, I kind of looked like I looked like the guy who would thank the prostitute. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, Josh Gibson. See? That's what I'm talking about. This is not a guy who's just peed in a trash can. You understand? This is a guy that's peed in a trash can while there's been a burning body inside of it, you know?
How long you been doing this?
Just a couple years.
Funny, dude.
Funny. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
very
you.
Really good jokes.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, what's your felony for?
Yep.
I stole a bunch of money from somebody I didn't know. They left the car open, window down, trunk unlocked, everything. And it was
Trunk unlocked.
Dude,
what a
it was
moron.
popped, it was slightly popped and everything. I'm telling you. And so
How
much money?
we didn't know until the police arrived.
So you waited around?
They were waiting for us. We'd been doing this for about 4 hours that night, and just going into cars that like, hey, lock all your cars, guys. Lock all your cars.
How old were you?
I was 19, young and dumb. I'm 33 now. Yeah,
You're right about Jesus' age to die.
that's right. I made it.
I believe he was also stealing money out of cars when he was 19, so you're right.
That's right. I was giving it to people far less deserving.
How long did you go away for?
I actually didn't go to jail. I'm white, so.
Wow.
Nice.
He's got a solid point.
See, when you say things like that, it makes all the other like taunts about white privilege feel good.
It's totally true. It
Makes it
really
worthwhile.
is
It's
true.
worth it.
If I did not look like this, I'm certain I would still be in jail.
Well, where was this at?
Fairfax, Virginia, the second richest county in the country. If your guests are
Wow,
from over
have you
there.
ever had your cars stolen out of when you were there? These people are proud to be from this shithole.
Any of you girls missing sunglasses?
That's right. Yeah, good times.
Wow, Josh, that's interesting. So the car that you went to was a Sting, and they got you hook, line, and sinker.
We had decided that the suburbs there was not enough cars, and that we would go to a townhouse neighborhood, and this
Closer
was
together.
Yeah, closer together.
Trick or treating for you.
In effect, yeah. I mean, we got a bunch of power tools and all that. Well, the police got a bunch of power tools. Anyway, so after a while, this guy had seen us. It was sometime in the early a.m. and he had seen us and he called the cops and they were waiting for us. We got back to the car. We had the bag that we had just taken from the car. We didn't know what was in it. We thought it was a laptop. The police opened it up. It was separate baggies full of different amounts of cash. Yeah. Yeah, nobody believes that money was legitimate, but it was not my money.
Were they like quarters from different eras?
Yeah, 1965
he was a
pennies.
collector.
Yeah. Full of nickel.
So you got no time. How long have you been out of Virginia?
I left Virginia in 2006.
What do you do for work now?
I do title insurance. I research who's allowed to encumber property.
Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
Did you feel bad when you got caught, or did you feel stupid?
I felt really stupid. I did not like. I mean, I liked that I didn't go to jail, but it wasn't like I didn't feel satisfied. But I felt so bad. I decided I joined the military because I felt so bad. It was one of these like I know that I still owe.
Really?
So, yeah. I mean, it was just I'm back at zero after that. And then after the military, I was like, what's the most boring indoor air-conditioned job that I can do? And it's title insurance.
Are you trying to you trying to punish yourself?
Not anymore. I feel like I'm even now. I'm good.
But did you take the job so that you could punish yourself, or did you actually want that job?
The title insurance job? I got that so I could keep doing comedy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I discovered comedy. After the military, you get the GI Bill. And I discovered comedy while I was doing the GI Bill.
G.I.
Nice.
Bill. Is that
It's-
G.I. Joe's brother?
Correct.
Now that's a fucking good one. You got to admit, Joe. Come on. That's on the spot. You think I had a locked and loaded G.I. Bill, Joe?
I can't.
Son of a
do this
bitch.
anymore.
It's actually what my doctor sent me after I went for gastro.
G.I. Bill.
Oh, both of you motherfuckers. Oh my God.
We're just a couple of wild and crazy GIs. You know what I mean? All right.
Well, hey man, you're really funny. Keep it up.
Thank you. I
Very
appreciate
good.
it.
Really
Thank
funny
you very
writing.
much.
Yeah, fun times. There he goes, Josh Gibson. Let's keep it moving. At Josh Gibson Jokes. Let's keep it moving before we talk to him too much and we're accessories to some crime or something like that. Some body in Virginia. This looks like another new name. How about Andrew Clements? Oh, shit. It's good intro music. Here he comes. This way, Andrew. Okay, well, there you go. Jesus. Here he comes. Super entrance. If you're listening to the podcast, a zip line just came down from the ceiling.
How we doing tonight, y'all? Good? Okay, while we're on the subject of crime, I'm a comedian. I've done this joke a couple times. It's the first time I've been able to speak openly with a crowd about it. So, is patriotic, yes or no? If you go to a restaurant, I'm not saying which kind, Vietnamese, Latino, etc., and you know for a fact that they are hiring illegal immigrants, but you as American citizen pay tax dollars for immigrants to not be in this country. So if you, let's just say, once a week, have a lunch there, and casually slip out the back door, is that not calling it even? Is that not patriotic? Are you not taking? No? I think different. I have empathy for my crowd, but I don't.
You are one of the few people that's ever been heckled in a 60-second set. That is just ruthless. That bitch didn't give you any air. She's like, nope.
On a
Nope.
side note, how much shit do you have in your pockets?
What is in there? I know it's not a joke book.
Oh! Oh, Jesus, Tony.
What'd he say?
Andrew, how's it going, man?
Good.
How many times have you done stand-up comedy before?
A lot.
Really? Oh, okie dokie. Really? Where at?
I've done this stage quite a bit. Main room, ha ha. I've done Carol
This
Station.
is the main room.
In New Orleans, where I'm from. I'm from Louisiana, so I've done a couple of spots over there. I've been doing it for
Louisiana.
like 4 or 5 years.
I thought your pants were so tight that they made your voice retarded. But
Do you
it's
always
just
talk like that,
Louisiana.
Andrew? It is a little bit slow. Are you always this slow? You feeling okay? Is
Are
this
you
you?
high?
I'm just making sure we're getting the right you here.
Yeah, this is me.
Yeah.
I'm not used to taking on this many angles at the same time. But, I got
You
this guy
said
here,
you
this guy
bragged
here.
35 seconds ago that you've done this stage before.
Yeah, but he means well as people behind
Well,
him.
that's a fact. I'm not
Oh,
bragging.
just
I'm
ignore
saying
those
the
two
facts.
guys behind you. All right.
I'm a
There's so many
habitual
people up here
comedian,
behind him. That's not totally unnatural.
Yeah, for a comic to have this, especially this many people behind
Yeah,
you.
it's just weird. It's like
You
we're
guys are
setting them
taking
up.
Andrew Clements' side on this?
I'm
Really?
just
All
saying.
right.
No,
Dude.
obviously it can be done. We've seen people do it.
People in the
but
round.
It's
They
kind of a
have
setup.
laughed.
It's a setup. It kind of
Andrew,
fucks with you, right?
I want to meet you. I want to know more about you because I have no fucking idea what you were talking about in the 60 seconds at all.
Andrew, I want to ask you.
okay.
I never got any clear idea of what you were saying, but it seemed right that you were being heckled. Normally, I stop people when that happens.
It's a
but
controversial subject for sure.
let's
yeah.
figure out who you are. And in today's segment, who are you? We really want to know. Here we go. Andrew,
Shoot.
you're from Louisiana.
Yes.
What do you do for work?
Can we guess?
Jack of all trades, master at nothing.
So you're like an illegal
Let's just say
immigrant.
I'm an Uber driver, yeah.
Oh, did you just hear that?
You're an Uber
People
driver?
are missing shit. There's too much noise going on here. That was good.
Thanks, Joe. Joe's got
How long
my
you been
back.
driving Uber? Do you drive as slow as you talk?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Depends on the passenger.
Are you the smart one in your neighborhood? Are you the smart one that, man, I gotta get the fuck away from y'all retards? Y'all retards is holding me back. Plus Mexicans.
How long?
Mexicans taking the jobs that I would
I don't
take.
say it, but I'd like to think
I
so.
want to work in the kitchen too. Shit. It's a good kitchen. You ever look in there? It's clean.
Andrew, I'm going to ask you a question. I want to see how fast you can answer it. Ready? First word that pops in your head. You ready?
Shoot.
What's your least favorite race?
White.
What was that?
White.
See, that's how those social justice warriors get you. You're supposed to say, I love all races equally, but they get you paranoid, and then you're on the heel, and then you start saying crazy
So
shit
you
you don't
say,
even
"Hey,
mean.
my-"
I
Then
don't
you
even
say,
like
"Hey,
white
myself."
people. Like, if you're walking home, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, is that giant white guy coming your way or a giant black guy coming your way? You can pick.
It doesn't matter to me.
Which, okay.
He's
Okay,
not
there's
get-
10
he's
of
not
them.
getting shit out of my pockets, obviously.
Just as long as it's not a gator.
Maybe,
But it'll
maybe
take
that-
a while, but if
maybe
they
that
can
yeast
get into-
infection, that's about it. That shit's gonna catch up with you, buddy.
Yeah, if your prostate enlarges in those pants, you're fucked, sir.
Yeah, you should wear some kind of bacteriostatic underwear, like maybe wool or something like that.
How,
I thought about it.
how long have you been out of
I think it's a
Louisiana?
thin wool. It's very fine.
8 years?
8 years. You have like a crazy super white family with a farm and all that? Like, is it how I picture a little barn on a hill with some extra sheds and shit in
part
the
of-
back?
A lot of screaming.
No.
What part of Louisiana are you from?
Baton Rouge. the
Baton
capital.
Rouge.
Like
They
suburb
have a
or
good history with the black community lately.
they do?
Am I the only one who watches the fucking news?
Apparently. What's going on in New York?
In New York. Oh, right, yes.
Bombs.
Andrew, what were you trying to say in your 60 seconds? You go to a restaurant, there's people working in the back or something. What were you saying? What's the gist of it?
So I got the joke idea came from when I was in college. I went to the University of Mississippi, and there was these two Mexicans.
They are
there was
proud
like-
to have you there.
It was like,
That
you
just
know,
shot their fucking
They're so proud to have
future
you as an
attendance
alumnus
through the floor.
at that fine university.
People got to get a hold of this podcast. He got in. I didn't get in. He got in?
So there was Taco Tuesdays, right? So there was Taco Tuesdays, right? And I brought a bunch of people to the taco place, and the taco place was, yeah. Anyway, nobody brought their wallets. Nobody wanted to pay, so I suggested we just leave. And all the girls were like, oh my God, that's so hot. Let's do it. Da, da, da. So yeah, I did it. We done. It's called,
Wait a second. What? Wait.
I just want to tell you, there's some good things that grow in the South. Dirty,
okay.
crazy Southern broads. I love it. Keep talking to me.
Wait, the girls.
What were they wearing?
If
So-
we
What were they wearing?
Cowboy boots with no shoes. Please say yes.
So we
dirty
dined
feet,
and dashed. I
sticky
went and
feet.
got my car. They ran out the back. I picked them up. We, scurried off, got drunk, fucked, etc., etc. But it was like they were turned on. It was like stealing from the people. The chicks loved it. But anyway, I felt
Wait a
bad
minute,
about it.
Wait, the chicks loved what? I
Wait
feel
a
like
minute,
you
wait a
could
minute.
just
It's like
add that
stealing
into
from
any
the people.
story.
She
What are these chicks even doing in
Seems
this
like-
story?
It
You
seems
took-
like she liked it because you guys were robbing from particular kinds of people.
So it was nice.
Is
It
that
was-
what you're saying?
It was daring. It was
a good old-fashioned
no,
racist crime.
No, it wasn't like we put
Goddamn
sheets
racist hate
on our
crime.
head and went to the nearest Mexican restaurant and ordered all the food and didn't pay for it.
You're like dipping your toe in the racist pool here. And
Well, it's a good thing I'm here, guys.
and that's why we have our racist super referee, Russell Peters. The one-
I'm more concerned that there's Mexicans in Mississippi.
Very true.
How the fuck did they get over there?
Hustle.
Those ones aren't
Good
illegal.
question.
Mexicans
The
hustle.
legal ones aren't trying to get into the center of America. It's like, I stay close to here.
They were suspicious, so I didn't pay them.
They were suspicious, so you didn't pay them. Did you eat the food?
Yes, I
You
did.
ever just pull up at
Tony-
a gas station and not pay either because they look like me, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, where do you draw the
I've
line
thought
on
about
this?
Do you feel bad about it?
That's why I'm on stage talking about it, because I did feel bad about it. And I was like, man, that was wrong. I mean, it probably came out of somebody's paycheck. I wanted to justify it.
Hey, man, I don't like white people either.
I was in the moment.
Hey, you're the reason you don't like white people.
Oh, my God, you're right.
Tony,
maybe it's one of those Tony Robbins things, man. You get to get to love yourself.
With a dip in, so, you know, I
Tony?
chose this one.
Yes, Jeremiah?
Did Theo Von get Down syndrome?
Not cool.
That's my boy Jeremiah.
Oh, shit. What happened?
Do you have any like family members who lynched people?
Do you know? Brian, stop that. Any song or sound but that. Find a new one.
Any lynchers in the family?
All right. Now there's no control. Answer the question. I do want to know the answer. God, I love this show.
I just like that there's these Southern girls who found it attractive to like leave the restaurant. Like, if you dine and ditch this Taco Tuesday, I'll suck your dick in the parking lot.
Suck your dick.
Because that is hot right there.
But she'll leave before he comes, you know, because it's their MO.
So, Andrew, you've been out of there for how long again?
Out of where?
Louisiana.
You've been here how long?
How long have you been in L.A.?
In his mind, he's back in that fucking
I've been
restaurant.
in L.A. 8 years.
The good old days of robbing Mexicans.
Hey, he's an Uber driver. We may have Taxi Driver 2, a sequel to Taxi Driver.
What's your
like the
least
idea.
favorite type of people to pick up in your
First one to
Uber?
say that.
Andrew.
What's that?
What's your least favorite type of customer in your Uber? What kind of car do you have, first of all, before you answer that?
Wait, what?
What kind of car are you driving for the Uber?
Mercedes.
Fuck yeah, you know why?
Which one?
Because the chicks love it.
It's a street Jeep. Chicks love it. It's the GLK 350.
Oh, so you're not Uber X. You're like Uber Request or some shit.
Uber.
Wow.
He's the more expensive Uber.
I feel like they get in
You
the
know
car.
what I'm saying, man?
Yeah,
Sorry. I
Travis
had to.
Hickle.
The whole
Whoa.
Theo Von with Down syndrome was a.
What was that?
It was a
rocket
low
of
blow,
desire.
right? It was a low blow.
Andrew, you do seem like you've been concussed at some point in your life, though. You do know that. You have to be aware that you have
I've
some
been
kind of
in a
delivery.
lot of-
People are like, oh, you're like smooth or something like that, but it's really like you're like on like a
Yeah.
1.5 second delay a little bit. You know it, right? It's part of your swagger.
It's like a
I'm
telecast
not
from
break-
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
That's right.
Let's just say
He's a war correspondent. Oh my God. Oh my God.
let's just say I try to use it to my advantage, you know?
With the ladies.
Are you sober?
Yes, I am.
Oh, Joe Rogan with
You
the
could've blamed
10-star
something.
question.
Interesting. Yeah.
That last night that you partied, what happened? Because I'd imagine there had to be some dead bodies or something.
Yeah, it was a big car collision, and I just walked home, went to sleep, shook it off.
You don't remember the part where you don't remember when you fell and hit your head that night?
Well, I also fisted a gator that night.
I mean, I don't listen to myself talk, so I can't really.
Neither are we.
Andrew, tell us one more like fun fact or something interesting about you that you think makes you interesting.
Well, y'all all love this one, I guess, to add on to your.
This one time I went into a restaurant.
I'll tell you what, one time
Spread
my
the mustard
pillowcase
a little.
went missing.
I
boy. Grandpa had
You're
the
all gonna
scissors
love
in his
this. I have a
hand.
movie on Netflix called The Co-Ed and the Zombie Stoner. I'm the zombie stoner. To spoil it. I don't believe it. Well, Netflix it. It's got 1 star. I'm very proud of it.
In Hustler ratings, that's not erect at all.
That's
What's your Uber star? What's your Uber score?
Hustler ratings?
I'm like
Who
a-
remembers Hustler ratings?
You and I.
487, something like that.
4.7? Where do you
4.8.
think you went wrong? If there's one thing in your Uber that you might think you're a little bit weird about, like you always go your own direction or something like that?
Do you use Waze when you're driving them?
Sometimes.
Gas?
Did you walk away from a collision while driving Uber?
No.
Isn't that funny? It's a goober driving Uber. It's a
goober.
Oh, you son of a bitch. That was not
I've been
bad.
knocked
There's just
out
too
by
many people
airbags,
talking.
Human fist,
Wait.
football helmets, all kind of shit.
Wait, you just told us all the things you've been knocked out by?
You should fight the last guy who has a yellow belt.
Have you been to see a neurologist?
Don't go. Don't.
Why?
Keep on keeping on, dude.
MRI machine.
Yeah.
Listen, keep on keeping on. Don't even look at it. Just keep walking.
His MRI comes back
I'm
and
with
it
you,
just
Jeff.
says, "Uh-oh."
Andrew, anything else? Next most interesting thing about you? Any answer there?
I don't get brain freeze.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
All amazing close. Andrew Clements, everybody. There he goes.
Excellent dismount, sir. Excellent dismount.
Congrats on your
He
temporal
can't
lobe.
get brain freeze.
He pulled out of that.
Wow. He can't get brain freeze.
That was a very good dismount.
Easily one of my all-time favorite answers to the question, next most interesting thing about you.
Like he's got awareness, right? It's almost like he knows he's got water in his ears. You're like, I know something's off, man.
And chicks think it's cool.
You can't get brain freeze. Unbelievable.
He knows. He knows. He's like he's trapped. It's like
Turns
they
out
say
when
about
your
people that are
brain-
in a stroke. They're like in a catatonic state. They're looking at you like, motherfucker, I'm right here. I just can't do anything about it.
I mean, everything about him said that his brain was slightly detached from the stem. And then he closes with, "Oh yeah, I can't get brain freeze." He's the only guy in the room that he would beat us all in a milkshake drinking contest. How does that make you feel? I don't like losing. I like winning every little contest that I take part in. And that would upset me.
His fun party trick is getting a Slurpee machine, just resting his hand.
Watch his belly rise.
Piss is blue.
Like Homer Simpson in front of a keg.
That's what I pictured too.
I think it's a chemical thing for sure. They should go to wherever he was raised and dig up that dirt. They fucked it. They fucked those people down there. Down the south, they just dump shit and study people.
He's a grown-up Zika
Go to
baby.
Infowars.com, ladies and gentlemen. Infowars.com. Can barely get through talking that Pete's weed.
I pulled another name out of the bucket, so he gets 60 seconds. Bradless Philostite.
Slavery has never been cool. Except for right now, because there's some dope-ass slavery movies coming out. You can be uncomfortable, so I'm going to finish this joke. Slavery movies are just becoming just as good as Holocaust movies. But I'm sick and tired of the same, sad slavery. Like, I want to see a new type of slavery movie. Like, I want to see, a slave rom-com. Can you imagine a trailer for a slave rom-com? Like, have you ever fell in love at the wrong time? Historically, you ever done that shit? What would you title a slave rom-com? What would you title it? Like, Sleepless in Mississippi? 10 Things I Hate About Cotton? When Harriet Met Tubman? I don't even know what you're...
Yeah!
Thank you, guys.
Bradless Philostite. How do you... That was great. How do you say your name?
Bradless Philoctet.
Bradless Philoctite?
Philoctet.
Philoctet.
Yeah. Yes.
Gotcha.
Is that Haitian?
How long you been doing comedy, man? How long you been doing it?
3 years.
That was really good joke writing, man.
Yeah.
The way you set it up, the way you entered into it, knowing you have a 60-second set.
Yeah.
Funny shit, and it's so true. It is.
Almost
that
dying
totally
in the
could
beginning.
work.
Yeah,
Oh, man, dude, it's funny, dude. You're funny.
Thank you, thank you.
Where are you from?
Miami.
How long have you been in LA?
Almost a year.
What do you do for work?
Work at a hotel.
What hotel?
Casa del Mar. Oh, I shouldn't say the fucking name of the hotel. God damn it.
What kind of hotel is
Holiday
it?
Inn.
Never heard
That
of
one
Casa
dude
del
that you
Mar.
work with is gonna rat you out.
So we can fix it if you want to talk about it. What kind of hotel? Is it sort of a shitty hotel?
No,
if
it's
it
like
is,
a
then
fancy hotel. Like Oprah goes there. And shit.
Oh,
Like,
cool.
I shouldn't fucking
shit.
say Oprah.
Damn it.
God damn it.
Red band.
Now you're fucked.
I think I realized something. I can pretty much just ask you anything.
I'm an open book right now. Just say anything.
What's the room number and the safe combination to the hotel?
724.
Bradley's about to
Oh,
be
shit.
jobless. Mafutun calor.
Saca fe.
I'm good.
You ever get to see anybody cool other than Oprah there?
Well, not somebody cool, but the other day I saw Tupac's brother.
One Pac.
You son of a bitch. That's me and Tony on the road for like days at a time.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
And I kept on calling him. He kept on giving me his real name, but I just kept on calling him Tupac's brother. Like you're
no.
Tupac's brother, and he just would never tip
To
me.
his face?
Yeah, to his face. Yeah.
Wow.
I should be fired from that job, really.
Jeez.
Well, you could do it. Just quit. Fuck it. If you care about your job and you're a comedian, you fucked up. You're supposed to have a disposable job. Otherwise you'll keep it.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep your job.
You don't want a safety net.
You can't.
What does Tupac's brother do?
I
you
think
give a
he's just,
fuck?
Yeah, I do. That's
I think it's just Tupac's brother.
How'd you work?
Goes to carnivals and shit.
There was like a white.
Hey, what's up, guys? Look, everybody, it's Tupac's brother. 2 tickets? 2 tickets. Fuck, I don't know if I want to take a picture for 2 tickets.
He still makes less than the hologram.
Oh, shit. That hologram is doing Coachella. That's got to be fucked up for Tupac's brother at that carnival.
Can't get a free ticket.
Just hanging out.
What else do you remember about hanging with Tupac's brother? Anything else stand out to you?
He had like gold chains from the '90s and shit.
That's when Tupac died.
yeah, money ran out.
These are leftover fucking chains.
Maybe they're his brother's chains out of respect. Ever think of that, man?
No.
What shift do you work at the?
I mean, his fucking
and
brother
2
died.
Chainz 2 Chainz was there.
2 Chainz has too many chains.
Yeah,
Keep calling him 2
2 Chainz.
Chains.
Yeah.
2 Chainz is
You can't
great.
have 4 chains and call yourself 2 Chains. That's just fucked up.
Yeah.
He's a good tipper, though.
That's
so I
bad
like
math.
2 Chainz is a good tipper, but Tupac's brother just wasn't buying.
Yeah, Tupac's a yeah.
Well,
they
both had 2.
You're swinging at anything.
What are you working
I
at
didn't
the
even care
hotel?
when I
What's
said
your?
Dorman Bellman.
You work
Just
late
easy.
night sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes it sucks.
Dude, let's just tank this job for you right now. Tell those people to go fuck themselves.
Oh,
Okay, here, let me
damn.
You're too funny to be doing this shit, man. You need to get an Uber driver with that last guy.
Oh, God.
Just start driving people around. That's your
I
move.
think we know what kind of people he doesn't like in his car.
You can pick up the slack.
I just got health insurance, so it's like. Let me
Oh, see, that's how they get you, man.
I know.
They get with that fucking 401k bullshit. Next thing you know, you're doing that forever.
Next thing you know, you're the
gotta
funniest
quit,
bellman in L.A.
Dude, you absolutely could be a professional stand-up comedian, 100%. I think the audience probably agrees, right?
Yeah.
You just got to do it, man. Just do it for sure. It's not easy. Your spot is like the hardest spot where you've got talent, and then you have to figure out how to ditch the job. It's the hardest spot because nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to just cast away the net and take a chance. So you got to have like some disposable job,
right?
You know, like a lot of people. Like, what'd you do? What'd you do when you were like struggling?
Just worked at shoe stores and sold fucking socks door to door. I did whatever.
But you didn't give a fuck
I
about
didn't
any
give
of
a
those jobs.
fuck.
Yeah.
No.
I delivered newspapers.
I was
What
a
did-
bellman before.
You delivered
this one
newspapers?
hotel.
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
And
he still has the hat.
The tips were shit.
Thank you. Did it again, Jeremiah.
Watkins is on tonight. The retard joke, the paperboy hat. He's on.
He's scared
That's my
shitless,
career
too.
in a nutshell.
He's on to it.
The retard joke, the paper boy.
The kid's good.
Joe Rogan, LA Times. Can I get a quote?
I enjoy mongoloid material. I like when they pick on the disenfranchised and the people who have disabilities. I always enjoy that because I don't have disabilities, so I can laugh.
Bradless, that was awesome, man.
Thank
nice
you so
to
much,
meet you.
guys.
Great
Quit your
stuff.
job, brother. Seriously.
Quit your fucking job.
Bradless, if you're free Friday, come to the LA Podcast Festival with us, will you? Bradless, The Lost Site. Breaking news, Bradless.
Dude, you guys got some talent tonight.
Yeah.
Some fucking talent tonight.
We've had some killers lately. Let's get through our 2 regulars, and then we'll go to the bucket one last time and get out of here. How do you guys feel about that? We have 2 regulars every single week. They do a brand new 60 seconds every single week. That's sort of a tough thing to do. Very, very hard. And it's awesome. This your first comedian. You know her. You love her. Here she is, Vanessa Johnston, everybody. With a new 60 seconds. Live on Kill Tony, the #1 live podcast in the world. Vanessa Johnston.
Are you #1 now?
Something I just say. Vanessa Johnston, everybody.
Yeah. This week, a homeless guy asked me out on a date. He walked up to me and said, "Hey girl, you got a quarter?" I was like, "No, sorry." And he was like, "Oh, okay. You single?" I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Girl, you know I'm good with boxes. Imagine what I could do with your box. In my box." And he was actually kind of hot. So I was like, maybe, no. You know, eventually some girl is gonna walk by him and go, "I can fix him. I'll give him a bath, teach him how to read, and then we'll get married and have babies." And whenever people ask her about him, she'll go, "Well, he's a rescue."
Nailed it. Vanessa Johnston. Another new minute. That's a good one.
Thank you. I feel like it's awkward now.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, that has great beats and a fun misdirect. I'm curious as to how much of it, like, how...
It's true?
Yeah.
So yeah, this week I was doing a bar show in Van Nuys, and the part that was true is the guy walked up to me, asked me if I had a quarter. I said no, and he was like, "Okay, you single?" And then I wrote everything else.
Right. Sometimes that's all it takes is a fun little spark to get it all going.
It's good.
And the fun misdirect that I didn't see coming was you thinking that the homeless guy was hot for a second. Like, that part's funny to me. Was that part true? Was he semi-attractive, sort of like a young... Right.
I was like, he's confident, like...
Yeah, that does take super confidence to go from quarter to, like, want to go on a date.
He's like a man's man, you know, I don't know.
A broke man's man.
Hey, do you have a quarter? No? You want to go on a date? You buy? For sure, obviously, right? That's so funny. Where do you think he would have wanted to go? Where would you take a girl if you
What day
guys
of the
were
week
homeless?
was
It was Wednesday.
Well, who has specials on Wednesday?
Specials on a Wednesday?
I don't know.
Like there's a... I know there's a fucking day by day different place. All right, go fuck myself.
It's got to be crazy being a homeless guy having the balls to ask a girl on a date, though. That is sort of an interesting thing that I've never really heard about that often.
What's interesting that confidence is that attractive, like even slightly, because guys don't really give a fuck if a girl's confident, as long as she's nice.
That's true. We do
Like
prefer
if she'll
nice,
talk to you, you're like, "Oh, you'll talk to me, great." Like women don't have to be aggressive towards men, so the idea of confidence being a characteristic that you look for, it's interesting. It's like that's like no guys ever say that about a girl. Like, "Yeah, man, she's really confident."
Yeah. That's a nice way of saying she was ugly.
No.
Super duper confident that one. Like
So
she thought she
confident.
could hang out with me.
Like you might use that in a long-term descriptive, like she's really smart, she's really confident, very interesting to talk to her, but you wouldn't just go with the confident thing right away. Like, "Oh, dude, you got a confident one? Fuck yeah." She'll probably know when you're fucking with her and she'll break up with you early. She's smart. She's not going to take your bullshit. She's a confident one, right? It's weird. Whatever. I'm high. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
That
fuck
was
if
awesome.
people are on my wavelength or not. I'm done.
That was a very funny minute. Vanessa Johnston.
Guys, thank you.
Did it again. At Vanessa Johnston. Vanessa Johnston. How about this, Joe? You want to
It's
hear?
interesting what she said too about women wanting to fix men. That is another repeating.
Yeah, that was another great part
trait.
of that.
It's very weird.
That does seem
It
like the
is
super
weird.
fixer
They
upper.
want to refurbish us.
But super common,
like an
right?
MRI machine from
It was
10
fun.
years ago.
Yeah.
I'm stuck on those.
You wouldn't necessarily need to get fixed up if you already had that much confidence.
I mean, you got
could
pink
pick
hair. Your
yourself
confidence
up.
gotta be pretty
Yeah, but
high.
she would try to fix you, right? Like dress you better, do your hair better, and maybe like get you to just stop acting. in
Just
an
be a
annoying way or
mother and a
something. Yeah.
whore at the same time.
Whoa,
The
dude.
fuck? Jeez, Pat Reagan.
You just
somebody want
went
to get off
dark.
your chest right now?
You just
No.
went- You got super weird on us, dude.
Sometimes he voices his opinion against the establishment. Whatever that means. I've heard like a scatter of those words before.
I want to see Pat's Tinder profile. Looking for a motherly figure and a whore.
Hey, that's true. You know, I mean, that's what
That's
you know,
probably a filter.
relationships have a lot of that element. So I was just saying something that was true.
Totally. We gotcha. All the way. Even Snoop agrees via
Wait a minute.
live feed right now.
You can't just let that go.
You don't want to let it go?
There's something there. Something in that.
I think you've been hurt.
I think
You've
it's
been hurt.
not. Well, I have mother issues.
No shit.
Like what? What's the best?
But girls want to take care of me and do stuff, and then I'm just like a freak. So
That's a big generalization. Girls want to take care of
girls
me.
that I hang out,
Some-
girls that I
some
spend,
girls that are
girls
into
that I
that shit.
spend, girls that I end up with,
Right.
want to really like
Take care of
me.
you, right.
Yeah.
Like breastfeed you and.
Do you feel
I
like
mean,
that's a
everything
change
but.
your diaper? And
that's a pattern, a common pattern, the mother whore thing?
Yeah.
Was your mother a whore?
No.
She's not.
No, I can't
like,
even.
Like you wouldn't know.
I can't even picture her having sex.
Is she good? Is she a hot mom?
No.
Are you just saying that because you don't want us to talk to her?
No.
Okay.
What do you want him to say? My mom's gross.
Well, my mom's good. She's got big tits, but you don't want those. You know.
What's like the most nurturing thing you've ever had a girl that you've been hooking up with like do for you in a motherly way? First thing that pops in your head.
I mean, just make me food and give it to me in bed.
When you say give it
When
to
you
you,
say give it to you in bed, do you mean the food or
food?
Or the dildo.
there you go, Pat Reagan.
And when you say food, like what kind of food? Like a bowl of cereal?
Like children's
like
cereal?
like kale and eggs.
Kale
Kale
and
and
eggs.
eggs.
Wow.
Because she's a mother, she wants to make healthy stuff.
Did it
So
again.
these are hipster chicks.
No, they're just health conscious, Russell.
Health conscious.
Joe, you want to hear something super cool?
Absolutely.
We have a regular who is back, and she just turned 21. She was
Get the fuck out of here.
She was on the show for weeks, and then we found out. Remember when they cracked down, and all of a sudden, a year or two or whenever ago, people under 21 weren't allowed on anymore. And then last weekend, she turned 21 again, writing a new minute every week. Here she is, Allie Makovsky, everybody.
Hi, thank you. I just got fired from my job. I worked at a movie theater, which sucks. I got fired. My managers, they called me into the office, and they're like, hey, Allie, we're going to have to let you go. You're unprofessional. And I said, I didn't know that this was a profession. As you guys have ears, so you can hear that I have like a very monotone voice. That's just how I talk. Makes having sex hard, because no guy wants to hear me be like, oh yeah, sweet, sure, chill. I had to start watching porn just so I could sound alive. So now when I'm having sex with a guy, I'll just be like,
but I can't tell if I sound like a porn star or a race car. Just
Boom! Thunder and lightning, Ali Makovsky. The beast.
Damn, she's on
Holy
fire.
shit. That's fun.
I'm so nervous.
That was very funny.
Oh, okay.
Don't be nervous at all. You're really talented. That was very funny. You just turned 21?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I feel like I saw her before on one of the other shows. Then.
You may have been on when
Before the embargo.
Yes.
She's only been back for 2 weeks.
Yeah, this is my second time back.
And you're just freshly 21. How long have you been on stand-up?
2 years now.
Right, 2 years.
Is it hard to get in when you were 19 and 20?
No.
Wow. So
It's like
bars?
this weird thing where like when you have boobs, you just are like, hey, I have boobs, let me in, and then like, okay.
That's why when I started out, I always carried a pair of boobs in my backpack with me. And they'd be like, what the fuck makes you think you're going on?
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
start telling you
hello.
like,
Tools of
Hello,
the trade.
Oh, yeah,
boobs.
They weren't my own boobs. I just carried someone else's in.
I just made that joke.
Yeah.
Can I
specifically said I kept my boobs in a backpack. And,
Can I
pulled
get
them out.
can I get
I even
banned
did an act
again?
out with it, which I very rarely do because it's a podcast. But if you looked over, you would have seen. I was actually holding the boobs for a moment.
I want to get banned again at this point.
Did you really get fired? From
I did get fired for being unprofessional.
I mean,
Well,
the
how
place
do you
I
be
saw you at.
unprofessional at a movie theater?
I was on my phone all the time, and I didn't really care about the job.
Excellent.
That's good.
Excellent way to go.
That's good.
If you're funny, like the last guy we
Yeah.
were trying to tell him, if you're funny, that's the way to go.
That means you are professional.
Yeah, you're a professional comedian.
Sure.
Yeah, fuck that job.
Yeah.
Fuck everybody who works there, too. How about that?
Yeah.
Tell me where it is. Let's call 'em out.
Arclight
Fuck
in
you,
Hollywood.
Arclight in Hollywood.
Oh,
I,
I
don't-
used to love
I like
that
that
theater.
place.
Yeah,
I
everybody
feel
likes
bad
the
now.
Arclight.
I feel bad now. Even in comedy, they're always very friendly. People are always nice. It's a really good
Cinerama
theater.
Dome.
You can pick
Yeah.
your seat. It's really nice.
I do like it there.
There was a homeless guy, who would come in like so often, and the tickets there are like $20, and he would masturbate in the theater.
Yeah.
And I just let him go because gotta take a break.
There's a lot of people.
Little arc light in the dark light. You know what I'm saying?
What if he hit
You
somebody's
son of a
popcorn with
bitch.
that? Just fucking. How you gonna know?
Both of you.
That's the way to do it. Jerk off in the arc light. Nothing like paying $25 to go find a place to jerk off.
Yeah.
That's like a common thing. I used to work at a few movie theaters, and we had a guy that would always come in with a newspaper underneath his arm. He looked professional, and he would just put the newspaper down and mask. We kicked him out of like 5 different theaters. Like in
Why
Ohio.
you work
Wait,
at
was
so
this
many
guy
theaters?
you, Brian?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Every theater I worked at, this guy would go and jerk off with
And he
newspapers.
looked just like me.
His name was Tyler Durden.
I sometimes see him in comedy clubs even now.
That's what Red Band. That's what Red Band means when he says he's on a theater tour.
You've only packed a newspaper?
Son of a bitch.
Man, that is fun.
This is so cool.
Hey, what movie was it that he would like? Was there a genre?
Oh, the one that he had to get kicked out of because someone was sitting next to him was Hail Caesar.
Wow.
He just loves 50s Hollywood, I think.
Oh my gosh. He was
Who
about to-
doesn't?
He was about to shoot some Caesar dressing
Oh, okie dokie.
out of his.
And that's
chode.
just a note, ladies. If you are going to take care of him, he prefers a Caesar in bed. So.
Oh, shit.
Allie, we're really excited about having you back. We're excited, excited. Another great minute. You're an
Thank
absolute
you.
killer.
Thanks
Allie
for having
Makovsky.
me.
You're very
Here
funny,
she
Allie.
is. The future. Look out. She's coming for your job, Amy Schumer.
Red Band.
Yeah. We're going to go to the bucket one more time. You guys ready for this shit? Close out this motherfucker. Normally, for some fun historical reason, and I don't want to jinx it, and I probably am, but normally, this is where the crazy person gets pulled out of for some reason. We once had a guy, what was that one guy's name?
Ichabod.
Ichabod, holy shit. This guy was like a ghost of a ghost of a ghost. Here we go. Imran Khan. Oh, shit.
I hope Imran Khan never left a backpack in here.
Yeah, exactly. Yikes. Looks like this con is on us.
Absolutely.
Thank goodness. Well, let's try it again. All right. How about Anthony Amorello? This is unbelievable.
Wow.
Love the people.
Who the fuck signs up and leaves?
I don't get it. 4 people.
Do you ever like take those people out of rotation, like they can't come back?
Yeah. We used to. It's
Which
too
one's
late now.
here?
I pulled another name out of the
Which one
bucket.
is this? Which one
Put
is
your
this?
hands together for Joe Mazzarini.
Wow.
Yeah. There we go.
Dude, you're ruthless.
Wow. All right. Fantastic. Just have a few things I'd like to say. Recycling is so arrogant. That's it. That's it. All right. That's this is going really well. If your company only has 5 employees, you cannot call yourself a CEO. That's another thing I'd like to say. Man, I want to thank Andrew for giving a good name to all us Uber drivers. I was going to go into a story about that, but I'm never going to hit it in under the 15 seconds I have left. Yeah. I want to apologize to all the other comics that actually wanted to come up here and do material.
Yeah!
Oh, wow. There he goes, Joe Mazzarini. Joe, have you ever done stand-up comedy before?
This is my 12th time.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say, recycling those jokes is arrogant.
The first thing that you said was, I have a few things that I want to say here tonight. And then you only said a couple things.
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
That's not a few. That's a couple. You would have to say, there's a couple things I want to say here tonight and another thing I'm not going to have time for in the end.
Yeah.
That would actually have been really funny.
Yeah.
But your brain...
If I was going to be really funny, this would have gone a much different way.
You know what, Joe?
Recycling is arrogant.
I'm going to send you off, and we're going to get somebody else up here. How about that?
Good. All right, thanks. Good. All right, thank you.
Get out of here, Joe.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
I think that apology has legs. It's good. It was good.
What does he think? What does he think a joke is?
All right, here we go. Pulling a name out of the bucket. How about Eddie Cisneros? It's the weirdest thing ever. Maybe we have to do something where.
If they really wanted to get on stage, they would have just faked that they were that person.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't work.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's double.
Would they be band or red band?
I pulled another name out. Here we go. Chris McCoy, everybody.
Yeah! Woo! What's up, everyone? I don't touch kids, even though I kind of look like I do. I actually worked with kids diagnosed with autism for like 7 years, and I used to drink a lot of water, and I'd forget to pull up my zipper. So when I'd get up and I'd be like, "Hey, your kid's ready," they'd be crying and kicking and screaming, like, "What'd you do to my kid?" I was like, "No, I didn't do that." And the worst would be when a kid would be kicking and screaming, and I noticed that my zipper was down. I'd zip it up, and someone would walk by, and they'd be like, "Are we okay in here?" I'm like, "Yeah, no," and like, I didn't fuck your kid. Like really, like the rooms had like microphones and cameras, so like you could check. Like there was no blood in my dick at all while your kid was. So like, yeah, that's it.
There you go. Chris McCoy. This is a guy who definitely fucks kids. I mean, let's face it, 100%. It's It's really the only thing it's even on your mind.
No.
Is that a pager? Do you have a pager?
No, it's my Prius.
Is your fly up?
I think so. Yeah.
You sort of remind me of like a weirder Al Yankovic.
Okay.
Or like he got held back at Hogwarts and he's still there.
Or like an AV guy who teaches autistic kids.
All right. Chris, what do you do for work?
I Uber.
It's just like everybody now. We're all just turning into one Uber robot.
How come nobody uses Lyft?
I only use Lyft now, Joe.
How come there's none of these comics are Lyft drivers? What's going on
I
there?
don't know.
I had a buddy actually had his Lyft. He had a Lyft mustache. He's not actually my buddy. He's one of my neighbors. And he had a Lyft mustache in his car, and a thief stole it.
Somebody
his
lifted
car.
it?
What is a Lyft mustache?
Like the big pink mustache they used to have on the car before they
Like,
made it a little one.
I ran into him today. He's like, dude, where you been? Blah, 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 you know, whatever. 'Cause I've been out on the road continuously. He's like, I haven't seen you forever. He's like, someone broke into my car. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. What'd they take? He's like, my Lyft mustache. I'm like, it's not that bad, right? Start a new life? He didn't think it was funny. Like, it's a sign. You should get your shit together. All right. Chris, you're just straight up Uber, though. Uber X?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a fucking Prius.
What'd you do before Uber? What did a guy like you do? Bookstore? Barnes & Noble? Something like that?
No, I.
Getting a book vibe from
Amoeba?
you.
Child molester.
Something with books.
Do you ever feel like you were born in the wrong decade?
No.
Because you like fit right in like a Woodstocks documentary.
You could even go farther back. You're almost like Benjamin Franklin-esque a little bit. You know what I mean? You look like I could picture you flying a kite in the rain.
I see like early 70s.
Yeah.
He takes off a wig. He's Crispin Glover.
Oh, jeez.
Pat Reagan letting it rip in the late innings here. Chris, so tell us more about you. You look sort of like you look like you could both read and play electric guitar.
No, I play drums.
Whoa, Joel.
shit.
Look at this, a white guy trying to take a job from a Mexican.
I'm Mexican too. Nah, I'm Mexican.
Whoa!
Mexican drum off. Mexican
I
drum
thought-
off. Mexican
Drum off. Hey, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Are you ready for a Mexican
Never gets
drum
old.
off, Brian?
Get back there.
We have been known to have very fun segments happen spontaneously on the show. Live audience, to close out tonight's show, are you ready for the first ever Kill Tony Mexican drum off? All right, now here's the deal. Joel Jimenez has home field advantage, right?
So
Joel
he-
Jimenez.
Joel has the right to rebuttal, so he goes first, and then Joel will have his
Absolutely.
rebuttal.
So going first here in the battle, the Mexican drum off. Chris McCoy, everybody. Here he goes.
They didn't even shake hands.
I didn't expect this at all. I was almost out of here, and then this shit happens. Mother.
Isn't that the worst? Isn't it your American duty to leave before the Mexicans start drumming? I mean,
All
This
right,
is one of the rare shows in America where you can tell a joke about fucking a baby and then they invite you to a drum off. It's so rare today. It's so rare today. Everyone's so sensitive.
I hope there's no blood in the drum stool.
All right, Chris, you want to hit this shit? You want to just take over? Do something crazy? What do you want to do?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Chris McCoy with his half of the drum off. I'm scared for whatever the fuck's about to happen because Joel Jimenez was just taking off clothes. Joe Jimenez, the Kill Tony drummer. Wow. Chris McCoy, you can kiss your fat ass goodbye.
I think the kid did pretty good
Chris,
considering that he
Get
went
the
up
fuck
first.
out of here! Build that wall! Build that wall! Build that wall! Build that wall! Build that wall!
Build that wall! Holy fucking shit. Gotta love it.
I think it's awesome that he's a skinny
always
fat
say
guy.
that we have more fun on Mondays than anybody else in the world. We do Mondays correctly. Chris, how do you feel about
my boy Joe Jimenez.
anything else, Chris? How do you feel about just getting your ass handed to you in front of a bunch
Oh, it wasn't my drum set.
I think you mean Kulo.
Wait a second. Wait a
Whoa,
second.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Wait a second.
That sounded
I
like
think
a-
Joel Jimenez might have to take off his underwear for this one.
You know,
Hey,
other
Joe,
things happen there, right?
Also, Joel, your underwear's inside out, by the way. Yeah. Haynes is not Enash.
Those are boxers. That's how they rock it today. You want to let people know your brand.
They're definitely inside out.
Now there's shit stains on.
All right.
So do you feel like if it was your own drum set, you would have done better? Or do you
little.
feel like if you knew what the fuck he was going to do, all this craziness, taking his clothes off, that was kind of a dirty trick?
Oh, no.
Would you have taken your clothes off if you went and did that
Do you want a
first?
rebuttal in your underwear?
Would you have would you have just whipped your hog out and started slamming on the cymbals?
Oh, we could go
Got
Red
the
Hot
song
Chili
crazy
Pepper
motherfucker.
style.
I'll show you what's up.
Red Hot Chili
Oh,
Pepper
shit.
style.
There
Yeah.
he goes. Joel Jimenez just
Joel with
disappeared.
the sock of truth.
Cock
With,
and
it,
sock.
with the sock of truth.
We just
The-
want to know how bad you want to make it, bro. This is like a
Jesus Christ.
Yes, please dim the lights on this one.
I love it.
You know that sock is coming loose when he starts slamming them feet up and down.
Oh, yeah.
There's never been a cock sock in the world that's very durable. The bond is just very precarious, always. They're barely hanging on.
I haven't seen a pussy that hairy since '79.
He's one of the few men left that doesn't manscape. He's a fucking real man, ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of this going on in his house.
I've never seen a Mexican that doesn't take care of his bush. You know what I mean? It's a landscaping joke.
Hey, do you want to sit in that seat now?
No.
Don't be scared, man.
Chris McCoy, is there anything
It's
else?
the only one way you're going to win. You take your shirt off, you put it on top of there, you got to get fully naked, no sock, and then you win.
Suck his dick. Suck his dick. Suck his dick. Suck his dick.
Chris, it's the only way you can really save yourself.
Well, listen, man. You know, it's not a loss; it's a learning experience. But for sure, don't blame the drum set. This guy's naked behind you, man. Some shit got crazy.
A little bit.
You
Chris.
got to accept that some shit got crazy. It wasn't just the drum set.
Chris,
Look
is
what
there
the fuck
anything?
this guy did. He
It's
got
like-
naked. He started beating the fuck out of the drums.
It's like flea and tick.
Chris, is there anything else that you want to tell us that you're good at when you're really just mediocre at it?
I play left-handed, so the setup's is in reverse.
yeah,
so.
yeah.
But
Hey, his underwear. His underwear was in reverse.
Joel Jimenez is on fire right now, by the way. He's just playing along with everything.
I didn't know I was going to play drums, but I could hang off
you
a
know you were
60-story
gonna do that?
building and clean the windows. I could do that.
You can what?
I could hang off a 60-story building and clean the windows.
You do that?
I used to in Hawaii for 2 years.
I used to do that also.
Were you wired or harnessed to anything?
You sit on a boson chair, like on a wood plank, and then you rig it to a rope, and you just go down.
Whoa. Fuck yeah. Can you do that going down hand job one more time?
Oh, you squeeze it.
You are the real McCoy.
Chris,
Do you know anybody who fell?
McCoy.
Yeah, they lived. They fell off 5 stories, and then they lived. They broke all their bones. But
But it wasn't their drum set. So.
5 stories.
Boom!
5 stories and
Yeah.
lived? What did
Yeah.
they land on?
Their
The
ass.
bucket.
A bucket?
Bucket where we keep our water. He landed on top
Oh.
of that and like saved him. Otherwise, he would have died.
Christ.
And he did heroin too. So.
Oh, he did heroin before
While he was
cleaning
falling?
windows?
I think he was on heroin.
You should know because you did it with him, right?
No. This was like years ago.
You sold it
before
to
I
him?
worked there.
Oh,
And that's where
before
the
you
term
worked.
"kick the bucket" came from.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Hawaii 5 no on that one.
You
Chris
feel weird
McCoy.
about that naked guy behind you who just beat you playing drums? Is that weird?
On his drum set? No.
But he's like dominant. He's dominant behind you.
I
He's
would
naked.
say that getting owned by a guy who just has his dick covered in a tube sock has to
put-
be a
look at
little
this.
awkward.
It's
put his
tube sock and
jacket on
hair,
now.
really. It's
Just a suit jacket and a tube sock.
And he's like directly, like he's like projecting it towards you, the whole thing.
And when he first came out, he was actually holding it on while he was walking, but he hasn't touched in quite a while, which leads me to believe that he got an erection when he owned you, and now the sock's just holding on itself.
That would be way hard to deal with, right? If he was rock hard, just playing his ass off, and you're like, I can't even get hard when I'm by myself. This dude is up here beating on the drums, hard as a rock. Okay? And all aggressive about it. It's weird, right? It's
Little
weird.
bit.
Very rarely does this happen to you in life. Where
Yeah.
you don't know it's gonna happen, but you're on stage and there's a dude naked behind you beating the fuck out of the drums, and it's all about you.
while you're doing a squat, showing us how you go down.
Yeah.
Look at his piercing gaze. Look behind you. He hasn't taken his eyes off you, man. He's like a fucking jaguar. He's like one of those mountain lions looking at your house cat through the window.
And
You ever see
speaking
those
of
memes?
and speaking of piercing gaze,
Piercing gaze.
Look at him, man. He hasn't stopped staring at you, dude. He's sizing you up. This is dark. This is dark.
You might not know, Joel Jimenez is actually a superhero who gets pedophiles off the streets by beating them in drum battles. So, Chris, it was nice to meet you. There he goes. Chris McCoy's first time on the show. A lot of new people tonight, a lot of new shows. Chris McCoy is on Twitter at Rednecks3000. Joe Rogan, we're doing Columbus and Philly next weekend. I'm really excited about that.
Yes, we are, Tony Hinchcliffe. And we'll be at the Pasadena Ice House this weekend, but
Yes,
that shit's sold out.
yes, indeed. Russell Peters, you got anything coming up or anything
Russell
crazy?
Peters?
new Netflix special October 7th.
October 7th. Jeremiah Watkins, Pat Reagan.
At Jeremiah Stand Up on Twitter. The next Stand Up on the Spot is October 18th here at the Comedy Store.
I'd like to give an Emmy to Jeremiah Watkins for best drummer right now.
Joel Jimenez.
Joel Jimenez.
Yeah,
at
that's
Mostly
the
Sorry.
star of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Joel Jimenez, ladies and gentlemen.
Give it up for that bad motherfucker.
The Golden Cock. Ryan
Mostly
J.
sorry on Twitter.
He's mostly sorry on Twitter. Ryan J. Ebelt's drawing that took place during this show has all 4 of us on it. His car just got wrecked, so go buy some prints. You can buy the official Kill Tony poster, which is on the ground, live on the stage. That's it. We did it. Thank you so much, live audience.
You guys are an awesome, awesome crowd. It was so
Thank you.
fun.
We
Thank
made
you guys very
history.
much.
We love you. Good night. Thank you.